On behalf of Adventure Duck and Adventure Jet, we'd like to welcome you aboard. Now, just before we get underway, while we're mobile on the road, just please make sure that you remain seated. Once we get out onto the water at West Haven there, you can get up and take a few photos. If you'd like a photo while you're on board, please let Finn know and he'll come up and take a photo with your iPhone or your camera or whatever. Now, we do have downtown ferry terminal, Waitemata restaurant and clock tower up until about Pier 3 down here, Pier 3A down the right hand side, just up the home to our sister shop. If you're looking for an adrenaline rush, come and see us, we can tee that up. The Auckland Harbour Board workshops. Now, in those workshops, we used to carry out the majority of the maintenance for the Auckland port. They had a machine shop. They also had a needle shop, plumbers, painters, electricians, automotive engineers, and a boiler shop. About the 23rd of September, I think it was, 1989, was closed, and maintenance work in the port of Auckland was contracted out as a growers' produce markets. Now, coming up here on the right hand side is Viaduct Harbour. Viaduct Harbour is home to a number of luxury charter vessels that can be hired and taken out on the water. Most of them are skippered and crewed. They can also cater for you. Okay, if you look across to the right hand side, there is a gap between the two buildings there. That gap is a lock. Now, that lock takes you to a small marina complex which is within the compounds of the Sofitel Hotel. It is the only hotel in New Zealand to have its own marina within its confines. Most hotel complexes have swimming pools or roof terraces or little outdoor garden areas that you can sit and relax. But no, here at the Sofa Hotel they have a marina complex. If you look through the windows there, you can see that. Now, if you're fortunate enough to have a vessel outside the Auckland area, they can be Auckland for a week or a week. If you want to bring your boat instead of coming by car, certainly a place to stay. Skippers and crew, they can cater for you. You're looking at anywhere from about $1,500 upwards, $1,500 New Zealand dollars upwards per day. If you're not into boating but enjoy getting out there every so often, it's certainly a cheap way of doing it, because the cost of owning a boat is quite horrendous, particularly boats that look like those. Two full-time chefs that cook meals for them while they're here in Auckland, and that is to cater to their special dietary requirements. Now, down there on the right hand side is the fishing wharf, Halsey Street Extension. Vessels that tie up on that wharf mainly catch fish for the export market, and they are snapper, trevally, kahawai, gurnard, kingfish, hapuka, blue nose, as well as the pelagic migratory species of tuna. try and transform what is once an ugly waterfront, its tank farm, into a recreation area for families in Auckland City. Now there is a lot of apartment living in Auckland City, so they don't have much in the way of outdoor areas for the kids to play, but great place there. Right, as you can see down on the right hand side, behind all those restaurants, tables and chairs, umbrellas, awesome place to sit on a nice fine day to have your lunch. They do a range of different meals in there, from pastas, seafood and wild game. If you're a traveller to New Zealand, check out some of our fabulous seafood or venison products. Okay, the tanks that are on our left hand side, petrochemical and petroleum. They're also heavy fuel oils and other chemicals. On the right hand side we have the Kestrel there. Now she is tied up on what used to be the fuel terminal for Auckland, and the Kestrel used to ply the waters backwards and forwards from Auckland to Devonport. She is a single engine vessel. She has two propellers, one at each end, two rudders, two wheelhouses, one skipper, one engineer. The engineer normally hides down in the engine room, as they should, and the skipper would signal the wheelhouse by way of telegraph down to the engine room. The engineer would have to stop the motor, move the cam across and restart the motor and reverse to go the other way. Hand side is Mount Victoria, one on the right hand side is North Head and the entrance to Auckland Harbour. Also out there on the right hand side is the Auckland North Shore. Access to the North Shore from Auckland is via the Auckland Harbour Bridge in front of us. It's an 8-lane structure, and I'll tell you a wee bit more about that once we hit the water. As I was saying, this area out here is all these tanks. With a wee bit of luck, very shortly they're going to disappear. We're not going to be able to drive around here for much longer, because all this area is going to be turned into grassland and park. There's also going to be a conference convention centre out here, and it's going to be a stunning place for families to spend their summer days on the edge of the Waitemata Harbour. Now the word Waitemata is a Maori word, and literally translated into sparkling waters. These two we used to bring all our cement into Auckland by way of ship. Pumped into those towers, and trucks would then come along, pick up the cement and carry it out to processing plants where they make those blocks, ready mixed concrete, construction, as well as tall slab for construction. Now this area on a fine Friday evening between December and March is also used for night markets. They also project on the big concrete tower back here behind us. Movies, so you can bring a blanket down, bring your dinner and a picnic. You can sit there and watch movies in the evening projected up on the tower. If you don't stop, you will fall off at Kakrianga in the far north. If you head southbound, the last stop is Wellington. There's also North Shore's link to West Auckland and the Eastern Districts. Now the motorway system in Auckland, from as far as where it starts up in the north, it's just north of Orewa Township. It runs right through to Hamilton, south of Auckland. You are looking at nearly 200 kilometres of motorway. It's one of the longest motorways in the southern hemisphere. And just up in front of us by the Harbour Bridge there, you'll understand why. Quite a number of you've got masts that are there. How much is it, mate? $68, sir. Oh, yeah. That's what I don't think, 20 $3 to come through their gates to launch your boat. Park your trailer outside the gate, and then it costs you another $3 to come and pick your boat up. Let's see if this thing floats, eh? Unless it is a commercial vessel such as ours, or some of these junk boats sitting here on the right-hand side. So all the vessels that you see up there on the left, you don't need a licence to drive any of those. You think you're capable of it, and you get the money, you can buy a boat and take it out. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of people in Auckland that own boats that don't know the rules of the road. So, as a commercial operator, we always see ourselves as being in the wrong, and we try and make sure that we are actually always in the right. She has two engines, the 2,000 horsepower Caterpillars, and they push here along at about 16.5 knots. Now, by example, by comparison, we're currently doing 2 knots. Okay, the cruising speed is about 13, and when they're doing ocean crossings, they only do 12. Now, their 12 knots gives them a 5,000 nautical mile range on a fuel capacity of 125,000 litres of fuel. So, Viaducts are here for refits, make things work. New Zealanders renowned for the building of Viaducts and our workmanship within the marine industry. The big domes that you see up on top of those boats are satellite communications, satellite navigation, and satellite tracking. lovely green, big bushy green trees that we have there. They are what we call a pahutakawa. Now they are native to New Zealand, and if you look carefully you can see a wee bit of red in the green foliage there. That is the flower of the pahutakawa tree, and as the summertime comes on, it becomes more and more red until the whole top of the tree and the green foliage is all red. The flower only lasts a short period of time before it drops off and makes a hell of a mess everywhere. But they're also known as the Maori Christmas tree. Up to K Road or Karangahape Road. Extremely good nightlife up there if you're into that sort of scene. There is also some excellent shopping to be had. Some restaurants, cafes and bars down in the bottom area of part of town here. On our left hand side, downtown shopping mall is produce, a food hall and a number of other stores there. Okay, so we're just about back to where we started. As I was saying before, Auckland Adventure Duck is also associated with the Auckland Adventure Jet. Should you be interested in taking up the offer of a 50% discount on the Auckland Adventure Jet, please come up and see either myself or young Finn, and we can arrange that for you. That is because you've booked a trip with us today. Thank you very much.